afternoon, Vineland High School soccer fans, and welcome to another varsity girls soccer match here at the varsity fields at Vineland High School. Kyle Bennett, Matt Castorina on the call with you once again as Vineland girls varsity soccer looks to finish their war with the shore towns. On a positive note, hosting Middle Township here today. Matt, what are you looking for improvement-wise? Obviously, Ocean City, one of the best teams in the state, came in on Wednesday and got a big-time win, but we saw improvements from Monday's match against EHT into that Ocean City game. What are you looking to see from Vineland continuing to make improvements and hopefully come out with a win here against Middle?
Yeah, we talked about on Monday the second half that they had, how much better that was and a big improvement, and we were hoping that we would see that carry over in the Ocean City game, and it largely did, especially that first half. So if we could combine the efforts that we got from that second and first half of the Ocean City game, I think we'd have a very complete game and probably Vineland win. Both these teams, though, coming in on a tough week, looking for their first win of the week. They've been on a little bit of a skid, both these sides, so it's going to mean a lot to both of them to try and get a result today, especially because, you know, when you're playing against the teams that you're going to be sort of collecting with in the middle of the conference, PowerPoints will come into play at the end of the season, so it's early in the campaign, but you can't stress enough how important a good result is for both teams today.
Yeah, and you want to try to salvage a week where, you know, things didn't really go your way Monday and you picked up in that second half, and then you just have a superior opponent coming in and you do your best to try to, you know, make do with that. And we both thought Vineland collectively played very well against Ocean City, and you know, they got their first goal of the week from Sophia Stockbridge in that match, and they're looking to, you know, continue here as they have possession. But not for long, as it's going Middle Township's way here on a throw-in. But who's somebody, in your opinion, that you want to just continue seeing that progression from? Obviously, Koskabas has been held shut out in this this week of games so far, but she's been the goal scorer for Vineland in this early go. I think that's somebody that this Vineland coaching staff wants to see kind of, you know, find a groove here and help this team carry to a win.
Yeah, definitely. Koskabas has been an electric player for them, and we've seen that over these last two games. For me, it's Ashlyn Newton. She's been very unlucky to not score a goal in these last few games, as Vineland desperately defending and conceding early on in this game. A little bit of sloppiness in the back leads to a goal. That is a frustrating way to concede early on in this one. Put yourself behind at a disadvantage. Seemed like just a mix-up in the back. Liliana Lopez couldn't collect the ball. Nia Murtis on the goal line, but it's always a tough ask of a defender to try and, you know, cover an entire space. Not the start that you want if you're Vineland. Great start, obviously, if you're Middle Township.
Very similar to that Ocean City game where just an early goal occurred and Vineland had to try to claw their way back. Unfortunately, not to the result they wanted, but, you know, early enough in this campaign, and I think if we continue to see the improvements here that we saw against Ocean City, Vineland can find themselves right back in this one and tie things up. Yeah,
I see already Stockbridge, you know, venturing into the midfield. She wasn't really able to do that against Ocean City a whole lot in the first half because I think they really valued her presence in the back. Maybe in a game like this where you don't have as significant of goal threats like you had for that Ocean City team, that allows her to carry the ball through the midfield, and, you know, she brings a great physical presence, and, you know, if you can have that straight from your defense into your midfield, that could be an advantage today for Vineland as well.
There's an off-the-mark shot there from the Fighting Clan. It'll be a goal kick for Middle Township.
Earlier we were talking about players to watch. I got cut off my praise of Ashlyn in the goal for Middle Township. You know, she's just had a lot of opportunities this week to score a goal. She got very unlucky against Ocean City, maybe to not end up with 2 or 3 out of that game, one of those hitting the post. She just has constantly found herself in good positions, making good runs. She's not someone I see on the ball a ton, but it's always on the end of those crosses into this box. And so I think she has an opportunity again today if she continues, you know, that off-the-ball work, that she could find the back of the net.
Middle Township cutting their way upfield, a great ball. Liliana Lopez there to make the save.
Got a number 10 playing in defense for Middle Township. You do not see that very often. Usually number 10 typically going to your most creative player, but you know, most creative player could certainly be a fullback, especially in today's game. Fullbacks can get very involved in the attacking third, have a lot of responsibility. It's Victoria Hoadley, just let her know early on. She's there.
This is our house. Free kick here for Middle Township. Effectively intercepted by Vineland. Play it back to Stockbridge.
And it's a very windy day too, which does affect the game. You know, any long balls now or any shots from deep that are sort of looping, you know, the wind can really change the direction of the ball. Games like this, a coach will often stress you to try and keep it on the ground as much as you can, especially when you're passing to a teammate, just because the wind can kill passes too. So that's something to keep an eye on. You know, anytime you have a corner kick or a free kick today, you know, the wind could definitely play a factor.
Yeah, especially with the direction that the wind is going today. It's coming towards us from the bench's side, so it's not, you know, going one way or the other to benefit or, you know, harm one of the teams depending on the direction you're going. It's going east and west if you're out on the field. So, like you mentioned, corner kicks are going to be pretty interesting depending on what side of the field you're on.
This effort from Vineland, very reminiscent to, you know, the first 10-15 minutes that we saw against Ocean City, especially with that pressing in the final third, putting a lot of pressure on the defender, trying to, you know, just force a turnover up in the attacking third.
Murtis with the throw in, and she's been somebody who has kind of been an unsung hero this week for the Fighting Clan, both in that EHT and Ocean City games. Not afraid to get gritty, not afraid to get physical, and she's been a big reason that, you know, some of the scores didn't get as large as they potentially could have because she was stepping to balls, she was playing her position very well defensively, and has been a big part of this Fighting Clan defense this week.
Absolutely. You know, like you said, definitely not afraid to get physical, shield the ball when she has to, and just as, you know, again, that dog factor for sure is high with Nia Murtis. You know, she's just willing to do it all and put the effort into the game. And honestly, you know, as a coach, that's what you want to. You know, you take the person who's coachable over anything else, and she has the talent to go with it. So it's a great combination.
There's a ball just shy of finding the back of the net there for the Fighting Clan, but a good effort.
And you can see that there. The keeper's really keeping an eye on that one because, again, with the wind, it's so hard to tell if something, you know, could just drop immediately. And so that, again, like we've already highlighted, definitely something to keep an eye on. The keeper there was definitely aware of that. And you can see there, maybe typically that goal kick is getting hit far and high, keeping it on the ground, try and just hold possession rather than, you know, just kick it into the wind.
Right idea once again from Vineland, just off the mark and into the hands of the goalkeeper there for Middle Township. Great challenge there by number 9 from Vineland.
Really the first time since the goal Middle Township have found their way into Vineland's half. really they haven't had much possession in this game despite being a goal up. You know, they really had one ball forward that turned into that goal, but largely speaking, it's been Vineland dominating the ball quite a bit, especially in Middle's half here. So Amanda Nemeth with a great run, holding on to possession, winning it back. We've seen that from her a few times this week.
Play it back to Lopez. She gets rid of it. Over to Nia Murtis.
That was good possession play there too from Vineland. You know, it's
all ball there.
Something that's hard to coach into players is to be comfortable passing it back to your keeper and to coach your keeper to be comfortable receiving that pass, but it does give you such an advantage rather than trying to make a turn with a defender on your back. You know, use that keeper as an extra player, as an extra ball player.
Good effort by Stockbridge there to prevent some potential there for Middle Township. Crosses the field there, makes a good run to prevent the momentum there. Stay with Middle Township here on the throw-in.
That's good defending and great passing out of the back from Vineland. A little bit of that composure that you're looking for. Murtis alert to the danger there.
Bit of a lapse in communication there for the Fighting Clan as Middle Township trying to make a move here.
Good clean by Liliana Lopez. That was Olivia Sprignoli going in for the challenge. Just catches her. Sprignoli been one of the standout performers for Middle Township so far this season. 2 goals and an assist.
Lopez is slow to get up, still on the ground.
Too shocked, honestly, if we didn't see a yellow card in that situation. Typically, you know, when you are allowed to challenge with the keeper, right? But you know, it's the same as quarterbacks in football, right? Where there is a kind of an extra protection. It's because you can't really protect yourself all that much as a goalkeeper. So typically in a situation like that where you see a sort of extra contact after the play, usually that is a caution. Usually might end up with a yellow card for that. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen now, but be a little surprised we didn't see one there. See, we have a defensive delegation for Middle Township having a conversation, and the midfield and the attack having a separate conversation. Talk about your positional groups sticking together.
Lopez is getting helped off the field. Trying to signal to get the cart out for her. Hopefully she's okay. We will have a goalie change for Vineland.
Tough to see that, obviously. You know, she's had some big claims already today. Been your starting keeper so far this season. Lose her pretty early in the game, too. Obviously, I hope that long term she's okay. I hope that maybe she just got stepped on or something. Just something that might keep her out for the game, but not a good sign for Vineland to lose your starting keeper. It's tough as a goalkeeper to come into the game too, right? Because it's already challenging as a player, you know, because you are sitting the bench. You can keep yourself warm and active and engaged, but as a goalkeeper, there's really no way to keep yourself and get yourself warmed up. You kind of have to come in cold. So you hope if you're Middle Township, you're definitely going to be looking to test the keeper as quick as you can and try and do something threatening and sort of put her in a position where she's going to have to make a big save. It has been a real battle in the midfield early in this game. Seen so many times midfielders on both teams winning and losing in possession. That one cleared out of play by Sofia DeVito. Just didn't like the pressure she was facing.
Got some substitutions coming in for both teams.
This is one to watch with the wind. They didn't end up going for it, but if you do a long throw in a situation like that, it might carry a little bit further than you'd expect a throw in typically to go. Again, not afraid to get physical, forces an error there. Made a knee with a really nice flick on, but an acrobatic reversal there. I think it was Kaylee Sanchez. Little Olivier Giroud scorpion kick in the midfield. I respect it. Totally, again, great work on this side when she's played. And again, that's when you're a physical player, sometimes you can get into that defender, get into that opposition player's head a little bit. I think you saw a little bit of that there. You know, nobody likes to be bodied up. Nobody likes to maybe go shoulder to shoulder all the time. You know, she dropped the hips there and just started shielding the ball. Defender didn't appreciate it.
Stockbridge will send this one. Good curve.
There's an opportunity here.
And a touch in there for the Fighting Clan.
That is our girl, Ashlyn Newton.
There it is.
There she
We talked
is.
about it earlier. She could be on the finishing end if Vineland is able to get those opportunities. She finally capitalizes her first goal of the week, first of this game for Vineland. And it's a brand new ball game, 1-1 your score.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we've talked about with her, finding herself in the right position. And there, I think that was Kaskabas or Nemeth flicking it on to the back post. There's a great ball in by Stockbridge too, like we said, cutting into the wind. But we've seen from her with her goal against Ocean City, she has a strong leg. Newton just in the right place, right time.
Great hustle there by Middle Township, puts it just over the crossbar. Chloe Frame, a great soccer name there.
It is a fantastic name. Chloe Frame always finds it on frame. It's your free branding.
Stockbridge with the goal kick.
This is the first time that we've seen Vineland this week, in a position like this where the game is level at this stage, and like you said, you have a little bit of life in the game now. And I have to say, they've been the better team so far this game. They've held possession. It's a good sign from them early on, the way that they played today. Good response from that game against Ocean City.
Great turn by Hoadley. There's this ball that sails right into the goalkeeper's hands there, but Vineland continuing to apply pressure here in this first half. Gonna get their first lead.
It's great defending by Gonzalez. She had Skrignioli making a run over her shoulder. She knew she had to make a play on that ball.
And I think that was such a good adjustment by the Vineland coaching staff, putting Gonzalez on the back end where she was playing up top during that first game this week against EHT. To put her in the back end, use her leg to her strengths to be a feeder for the Fighting Clan here along with Stockbridge has been a huge benefit for them being able to clear the ball and get Vineland's midfield and up top really set up in prime positions to score.
Yeah, especially as a freshman, because you'll come in maybe having played a certain position for most of your life, your career, but when you get to the high school level, things can change. Maybe what made you good at the lower levels isn't necessarily your same strengths anymore. I know a few people that converted, say from a forward to a defender or vice versa even, depending on, again, what skills, what attributes you come in with, how the coaches think you can develop. Some players will play all over the field, depending, again, on the talent level. But, yeah, Gonzalez, definitely impressive. That's the second foul throw this game, by the way, one for each team. Sometimes refs will sort of let it slide. Not today, so preaching fundamentals if I'm the coach of both teams. Make the W with your hand directly over your head like you're a U6, U7 kid again.
12 and 6.
Smart is tracking the run well. Just plays into a little bit of danger though.
Sails by the goalkeeper there.
I'm just looking at the Vineland bench, and I do see the Liliana Lopez up, and looks like she's kind of warming things back up, which is a good sign. Anytime someone's limping off the field, you get concerned. So even if she doesn't make it back into this game, that's at least a positive development. Nemeth with a great switch for Kaskabas.
play back there. There's a shot just off the mark there.
Nemeth was trying her luck again. I believe they called offside. Maybe in the build-up. Someone had strayed back from an offside position to play the ball. That's a moment where you need the referee mic'd up to get, get an explanation. Heavy touch by Hoadley, but she's not giving up on the play. That was Cicely Cuccinello doing a little physical work in the midfield too. Everybody getting in on the action today.
Possession going Vineland's direction here.
You are going to get Liliana Lopez back in this game. Good to have your starting keeper back. Good to have her back healthy.
And a good job by the Fighting Clan too to kind of, weather that storm and have a backup goalie coming in, on the fly. And like you mentioned, they come in cold 99% of the time as a push gets called there. Now you get your starter back in there who you trust back there, has been your starter this whole season and has been a key part of this team. So great job by Vineland to, maneuver through that unfortunate circumstance. And Lopez going to be tested here.
Oh.
She gets knocked again.
And there I think you are going to see a yellow. And that's why I said earlier, you typically do see it caution because maybe makes an attacker think twice about going in like that. But again, a very fair yellow card. Good for Liliana Lopez hanging tough in there though. First moment back from going out for a little bit from injury and not afraid. I think took a head and a shoulder to the chest. I think it was her lower leg that was bothering her. I wouldn't be surprised if after the game the upper chest is maybe a little sore too. It was a dangerous ball played in by Middle Township. That's why that attacker is kind of going full steam there, because it's played into just that very challenging area for a defense and a goalkeeper to figure out right between that penalty spot and 6-yard box. Keeper doesn't always want to come out and claim that. Not sure if they can always make it out in time. Defender doesn't really want to make a play on the ball because they don't want to turn it towards their net. Nemeth drawing a foul. Been a physical game so far. Neither team been afraid to give a shoulder. Nemeth with a great flick on, Newton with a great flick on, but just offside.
Unlucky.
I think this is the most Nemeth has been involved in the final third in the games we've seen this week. She's been so good in that midfield, especially retaining, holding possession. Haven't really gotten to see her, play those 1-2 passes into the box or play that kind of final cutting ball, but we know that she certainly has the capability. Saw it on display there. Janello gonna test the keeper off the bar. Newton again.
Oh, just outside.
I think Cuccinello and Nemeth might have a little bet going on about who can score from from outside the box today, because both of them, each time they've tested the keeper, have sort of looked at each other, a little handshake. I don't know if there's something unspoken there. Cuccinello coming very close though, taking Vineland a 2-1 lead. Adventurous ball, just couldn't get there, but that's the right idea if you're Middle Township. You know, that's a great. You like the way you're thinking if you're the Middle Township coach there. It's a tough position to be in though, because the Middle have pretty consistently kept 4 people back so far this game. No one really from that back line making their way into the midfield now that the fullback's really pushing too far forward, so can have an isolating effect. Obviously, it might give you some stability at the back, you know, if you're worried about a counterattack, things like that. But you saw there, Sprigney only kind of has to be a little inventive, right? It's not as easy on her. She kind of has to make a more ambitious play because there just isn't as many numbers in that final third.
Most we've seen Middle Township in this end quite a while here in this first half. An uneventful save there for Lopez.
I think she's very happy to have had that one just go.
Nice exhale.
Routine. Not having to brace yourself. Nemeth on the ball again. That is a great pass. Hoadley on her bike. That has been a battle today so far. Hoadley against pretty much anyone on this side. She's been willing to put the effort in. Ball was just a little long. She really had to stretch for it. I think gets it right back though. Gonzalez an alert step.
Stockbridge cuts that one off.
That is a great flick on. It's a good connection between Koskabas and Newton. Almost playing Vineland through. Hoadley with some space and some time.
Great switch by number 9 for the Fighting Clan.
That's a little bit of a mistake at the back for Middle Township, giving away a corner when he didn't necessarily need to. This is a dangerous position for Vineland to potentially go 2-1 up in this game. Hoadley with a good ball in. No one able to connect for Vineland, but it was good service.
Possession stays with the Fighting Clan here on the throw-in.
That's a dangerous ball to the back post. Claimed by the keeper, but Vineland were close to being able to make a play on that. This one's going to bounce. Hoadley again, pressuring the ball. Wins a throw.
Just goes wide right.
That was Newton with a long range effort. Everyone trying their luck so far today from about 25 yards out. Almost makes you wonder if a coach noticed something with the Middle Township keeper, maybe gave some advice before the game to consider long shot if you have it. You never know. I'm going to stick with my Nemeth and Cuccinella having some sort of bet between the two of them. I think it's more fun, but Newton on the ball with some time. Mercer has plenty of time to make a choice here. Martis again.
Great challenge.
Pushing into the midfield to carry possession. It's a good ball over the top. Carmen O'Hara tracking it. Scrignoli's really been the driving creative force for Middle Township today. Pretty much every attack is at some point touched her foot. She's really been willing, like we saw on Wednesday against Ocean City. You know, McKenna Chisholm, right, was constantly kind of the engine in that midfield, willing to pick out the pass. Scrignoli making the same kind of decisions today. Gonzalez with some nice footwork on this side here.
Stockbridge plays it up. Fighting Clan looking for their first lead this week and obviously in this game.
Loving the closing minutes of this half to find a lead too. Just changes the feeling going into halftime. If you can get a late goal, it's Kaskabas charging into the box.
Goes just wide.
It can be such a momentum shift. Kind of change the way you feel. Change what the coach wants to say, wants to do if you're coming in with a lead. Great defending by Neomurtis again. You know, Vineland this week haven't really had to have a lot of possession in midfield, simply because a lot of times they've been getting pressured very quickly whenever they've been on the ball.
Good cross.
That's going to be a yellow for Ashlyn Newton. Similar to what we saw on the other end, right? You know, she has a right to go for the ball, but obviously have to protect the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper has just the same right to come out and claim it. Not much you can do there if you're the attacker. You know, you got to try and make a play on the ball. Nemeth fighting hard to win possession in the midfield. Here's Middle Township looking to take a lead into halftime. Still have an opportunity with the throw-in. This would be, I think, very frustrating and demoralizing if Vineland do concede here. I have to do well to defend this.
So it's up in the air.
And they do find a goal. Carmen O'Hara on that back post. Didn't seem like there was great communication there between Neomurtis and Liliana Lopez. Might be one of those ones where defender thinks the keeper's going to claim it, keeper thinks defender's going to clear it, and just sort of falls. And that, like I said, that's a frustrating, demoralizing way to go into the final stages of this first half. Your Vineland, you played really well this half, really dominated the ball, had a lot of chances.
2-1 your score in favor of the visitors right now in Middle Township.
Great work in the midfield.
And then looking to have some late first half magic here to try to equalize this one once again. Stockbridge plays that to Hoadley. Good ball from Gonzalez.
That's a great pass.
Oh. I don't agree with that one.
It looked from now. Referee obviously has a much better angle on it than we do, but from here it looked like Koskabas had timed her run pretty well. That was a cutting ball across. It was a great entry pass. Took almost the entire Middle Township defense out with that pass. Koskabas was through on goal. Just offside though.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, according to one source. Yeah, I'll defer to the ref. He had a great angle on it, but
That's going to do it here for the first half at Vineland High School. Middle Township leading 2-1. We'll be back for second half action right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. Kyle Bennett, Matt Castorina, Doug Diola producing the broadcast. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you for the second half. And welcome back, everybody, to Vineland High School for second half action here with some varsity girls soccer to round out your week and send you into the weekend. Vineland trailing 2-1 as we get set for the second half. We'll see if the Fighting Clan can get back in this one, tie things up. Looked like they had an opportunity late in that first half, but called just offside. That took us into the final seconds of that first half, but we mentioned it throughout, that first half, Matt. Fighting Clan have looked like the better team so far today.
Yeah, that's why it's so frustrating to start this second half 2-1 down. But I think if you play the same way you did in that first half, maybe cut out just a few of those mistakes out of the back, a little bit better communication. Maybe not as worried about conceding some of those goals that you did, but you've certainly done enough in the final third to make you think that you can get more goals in this second half. Especially if it stays this way, you can start applying a little bit more pressure. Middle Township haven't played perfectly out of the back today. You've seen a few errors from a few of their defenders. So I think you're going to trust what you have, trust the way that you played in that first half, and that you can get your way back in this game and try and find a result.
Vineland's lone goal coming from Ashlyn Newton. See if the Fighting Clan can get Koskabus going. So that one goes out of bounds.
It's good pressure applied by Vineland there. Doubling up on a Middle Township player. Great defensive work by Koskabas, tracking back. Well played by DeVito. It's a great switch of play by Cuccinello. Finds Nemeth, top of the area.
Just unable to get there on the cross. Middle Township's goalkeeper able to come up with it.
Yeah, it's a good save too, because you had a few Vineland attackers that are ready to pounce if there was any sort of rebound. It's a tricky shot too. It bounces just before it reaches her. Kind of have to read the way that bounces. Hits that long, forcing Middle Township to make a play, and they do. And Nemeth does well to win a throw. Is pressed, loses possession. Sgrignioli with an opportunity for Middle Township.
She cashes in, I believe her second of this contest. And it's 3-1 Middle Township.
Just gets caught in possession in the back there. That's about the last player from Middle Township you want that opportunity to fall to. Great composure by her, opens up the space. Gets the hips right, picks out a corner. How much Liliana Lopez could do about that one. But again, that's just a little bit of an unforced error out of the back. Still, you'd say though Vineland could certainly make up this deficit. 3-1 is certainly not insurmountable, especially with the way that they have played today. I feel like they do have every opportunity to get 2 goals out of this second half still.
And you hope that, some of these goals that have gone in for Middle Township just aren't like one of those, needle in the balloon type of situations where it does deflate you and then Vineland tries to, do too much and overcompensate on either end to try to get themselves back in this one and deflect away from what has worked so well for them this entire game so far.
Yeah, that's always the worry when you concede it, especially early in the half. Can really go both ways, to be honest. You know, Nemeth looking for a ball in. That was a slicing clearance. Very often see those turned into the back of the net. As a defender, that's
a nightmare.
It is a nightmare because you're running towards your own goal. That's where all your momentum is taking you. So when you try and make a clearance, if you get it just a little bit wrong, you know, anywhere else in the field, it's just mispossessed it a little bit. There, you have every opportunity of turning it into your own net.
Stockbridge going to send this one just off the mark, and Township's goalie there to make the save.
Kaskabas winning possession again.
Heads up.
It's a big clearance out of the back by Vineland. Hoadley, nice touch to possess. Has Kaskabas. Well defended by Middle Township, though. Got herself in a great position, used her body. And Kaskabas again combining forces defensively. See DeVito come forward to take this throw. Newton gonna try her luck. Easily claimed by the Middle Township goalkeeper, though.
Looking to keep the possession down in Township's end as they trail 3-1. Just unfortunate bit of miscommunication there, and just leads to another goal for Middle Township.
Yeah, that one there, ball gets played over top. Gets cleared the first time, right back into the mixer. Scrignoli again gets on the end of it. Leon Lopez maybe just a little hesitant in that one to come out and claim that. It's 4-1 now for Middle Township, and Vineland a little bit of in danger of losing control of this game. Stockbridge, a great interception. It's Newton with a chance here, with a little bit of momentum, some space. It's well cut out. This may stay in play for Middle Township. Do some good hustle there. Directing traffic.
Great step by Newton to end that push there. Substitution upcoming here for Vineland.
Here's an opportunity for Vineland.
Just unable to get under it. It's Madison Kenyon.
I think on that one you have time to settle there and just hold possession, see what other options you have. You have people making runs around you. That's the worry for Vineland, is maybe some of those opportunities where it might call for patience. You're trying to make the play, get yourself back in the game. Yes, you're 4-1 down, but you've got a half hour still to find those goals.
That one's sent just wide left.
They're going to try and apply some pressure to this back line, force an error, pick up possession. They do just that by winning a throw, taken quickly by Neomurtis.
Stays with Vineland.
Seen Nemeth in this half move out of the midfield, play in a more advanced role. I believe they're calling another foul throw. Or just a foul. Hard to tell what the ref saw there exactly.
Ready to call him the big fundamental.
I have to assume it's something off the ball, maybe. Someone just getting a little too physical, but good communication in the back from Middle Township there. Defender sort of just clears the lane for the keeper to come out and get it.
Stockbridge clears that one away. Off the foot of Middle Township, so that's going to go in the Fighting Clans' direction. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV. That's where you get live broadcasts of every sporting event, board meeting, events throughout the school district during the 2023-2024 school year and beyond. Click the bell icon as well so you get notifications on your device of choice whenever we go live. It's youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV. You get broadcasts from myself, Matt Casarina, my partner here today, Rich Scarpa, and myself during football season. And then during the winter and spring, you also get Marcelino Ojeda mixed in as Fighting Clan take a chance there, but it's scooped up by the goalkeeper from Middle Township.
There's Nemeth working away, cutting inside. It's one of those opportunities that's a shot that can also really operate as a cross. Saw Kaskabas crashing the net. All it would take there is just a touch. The way, how much pace was on the ball. This is where Vineland can have this opportunity. They keep working, keep applying the pressure. You're gonna get possession in this final third. Srignoli doing really well in a tight space there. It's well cut by Stockbridge. Oh, little after the fact there. She felt a little aggrieved, felt like Newton had fouled her. Goes back in after the fact. Newton looks like she may be a little injured after that one.
We got the man, the myth, the legend, athletic director Donnie Robbins here. Hopefully Ashley Newton's okay.
I think she really wasn't expecting to take contact there either. You know, the whistle had already gone.
Caught her from behind.
It's one thing, I think, when you're sort of in the phase of play, you expect to maybe be physically challenged. She hadn't done a lot wrong. I know that, you know, in the heat of it, right, you know.
It looks bad.
It looks bad, you know, but I didn't think she had really done anything too egregious there. I didn't think there was really much of a foul. Little Township player just took a little bit of exception. Scrignoli got sort of sandwiched between two Vineland players. Physical play, but was a foul. A little bit of extra there. There's been an element of that to this game, though. You know, both keepers taking some physical challenges, yellow cards already. It's Liliana Lopez. Nice distribution there with the arm. Kaskabas moving forward. I gotta say, I felt like that was shoulder, personally.
Yeah, it was more shoulder, chin, honestly, but.
Looping ball over the top.
Good recovery by Stockbridge to send it the other way.
It's good disruptive work by Madison Kenyon up there. Wasn't able to come to much, but that's the type of effort you're going to need the rest of this half to get back in the game. We've seen her with that leg wrap, I'm assuming, obviously, you know, still working through some kind of injury, preventative care. Gutsy player.
Great awareness there by Middle Township to just understand the situation, know that the ball is playable.
It's Liliana Lopez, I think, there has to come towards the ball to claim that one. She's waiting for the ball to come to her rather than attacking it. You know, as a keeper too, you know, we've seen in this game, if you come out and make that play and you're still physically challenged, you know, you're going to be protected by the rules. Earn herself a foul, but in that one, I think a little apprehensive about coming out to claim that one.
It was Carmen O'Hara.
Her second of the game.
Makes it 5-1 Middle Township. And if you're Vineland now, you're looking to just try to scrape away, try to work your way back into this one as they have a prime opportunity here as they continue to apply pressure in the Middle Township end. Just nobody there to help Kaskabas.
Nemeth on the ball, dropping back in the midfield. Be a little bit of a tactical change for Vineland. See there already on the ball. Great pass for Kaskabas. Just can't get on the end of it. Good defending by Middle Township, using the body well. Great first time pass, Kaskabas. Great run. Just finding it hard, though, to work her way through. Two of Middle Township's biggest players, too, right? That always adds an extra element of challenge. Goalie through. Looking to set up a teammate. Niemurtis alert to the danger. Comes and makes a good clearance.
We got a substitution here for Middle Township.
Still got 20 minutes left in this half. 4 goals is a lot to level it up, but think about it, that is still plenty of time. Now it's about just keeping your composure, though. Be willing to still, apply pressure to the ball. Do the dirty work. All it takes is one chance, one goal. You could see some life injected back in this team, a little bit more belief. Right now it's hard when you've sort of had it go against you. You feel some of the luck. DeVito, well done. Stockbridge pushing into midfield. You've got numbers for Vineland here. Nemeth making a run. She wins possession back.
Goes out of bounds, but it's going to be a corner.
And here's your opportunity. Great chance now. Get good service in the box from Stockbridge. Get on the end of this. You've got plenty of time in this game still to find the goals. You'd love for it to start here, though, if you're Vineland. See, they're even getting a little aggressive with the numbers they're committing forward.
Stockbridge sets it up. Good defense there by Middle Township to prevent damage for the time being.
If Middle Township of a set advantage isn't played there, they're not going to complain too much given the score line, but it's Grignoli surging forward on that. They call the play back for the foul. Typically would like to see advantage played there since you have possession still and we're sort of working our way towards a counterattack. Even the ball stays in, but bounced off the corner flag back to her. I don't think she expected that. I don't blame her. Stockbridge on the ball. Ultimately goes nowhere. Looks like Stockbridge has moved into midfield. Madison Kenyon maybe taking her spot in defense. And we've seen that push for Vineland later in games, when they've been looking for goals. Start committing a few players forward. Gonna have to take some risks now.
Great play on the ball there by DeVito to cut the momentum there for Middle Township.
Middle Township going to take their time here. No reason to rush it. 2 at the corner flag. This could mean maybe a play they've worked on. They're going to play it short. It's going to go out to Scrignoli here. Well cut out by Stockbridge, who's got space, got time. Going to let the run develop. Smart. Just cut out defensively, though, by Middle Township. Gonzalez just couldn't control that one. Scrignoli powering through. Oof. Gonzalez not phased at all by that strike.
Felt that one right here at the broadcast
and I will tell
table.
you, it's a little chilly today. And I will tell you, there's nothing that hurts more on a colder day when you take one to the midsection or to the thigh. And Gonzalez still nothing. Stone-faced.
She ate that like an appetizer.
That is great to see. And I'll tell you, that's, as an attacker, that's a little demoralizing too, because she got a hold of that one. When you see the defender is not even phased by it, think, maybe I didn't hit it so hard. I don't know. You start to second guess yourself. Stockbridge working towards the ball. Newton, soft touch. Looking over top.
Just out of the reach there.
I think Cuccinella was trying to work that a little more diagonally. She had Nemeth making a run off the defender's shoulder. Stockbridge making the attempt. Koskaba's working back though. Gets caught, wins a foul. There's another opportunity now. Stockbridge not too far from where she scored on Wednesday. Looking to put some service in now. We know obviously this is a distance that she's comfortable with, serving it into the box, and that's good service.
Cuccinello just didn't get enough under it.
Koskabas happy to collect that. Just cut out by Middle Township. Amanda Nemeth working back to stop that counter. Nemeth plays it forward. That's Hoadley, who's we've seen today. Not afraid to run, not afraid to put a challenge in. Pressures a defender into a free throw for Vineland.
Good turn there for Vineland. Stockbridge applied the pressure, but Middle Township's goalkeeper there to make another save.
Madison Kenyon with good service right back into the final third. I don't think anyone was expecting that ball to be returned as quickly as it was.
It's almost right off the knee there.
All intentional.
It was all part of the plan.
Lopez controls that one. Entering in the final 10 minutes of this half. Final looking just to get some goals back. At this stage, it would be something not quite a miracle just yet, but you'd have to really start applying pressure and getting some goals, getting some chances now to get yourself back into this game. Basketball's good flick for Stockbridge.
Playing that line tight.
Just couldn't keep it in.
Substitution here for the Fighting Clan. Lexi Rosado checks in.
Township just going to work this out of the back. Again, you know, for a good chunk of this half now, they've really not needed to press anything. Nemeth in possession for Vineland, just looking for some magic.
Out of bounds, and it's going to be going Middle Township's way here as they lead 5-1.
I'll say that ref was a stickler for fundamental free throws earlier. I will tell you that was not a legal throw, and if we're going by the book. Hoadley again. For Stockbridge, picks the head up. Looking for Rosado. He's going to get to the end of this. Wins a corner. Stockbridge's going to have to pour it on onto this one to get it through the wind. From Vineland, I think again, and they are. They're going to commit some bodies forward here. You see DeVito even shading forward a little bit. Going to provide an option for any sort of outlet. Be there to clean up.
Sends it into the wind.
Nemeth with a turn. Right at the keeper, but
right idea.
Just wide. Scrignoli. Again, I just felt there maybe a little Lopez. One way or the other, I think you have to be decisive. Right. If you're going to stay on your line, if you're going to come out. It's when you second guess that allows both the defender and the attacker more time than maybe you want. That's a Kenyon, good defending. Finds Stockbridge. Stockbridge gonna look for Hoadley over top. Just can't connect. That's a surging ball for Scrignoli. Newton working back, some good defensive work. Rosado finds Newton.
Gets it to Stockbridge. She's going to feed it to the space.
That's a great ball. Just couldn't find that corner for Amanda Nemeth. That highlights too just how dangerous Vineland can be. I think that's what makes today so frustrating. 'Cause saw so many moments like that today. To only walk away with 1 goal today so far, I think is a great representation of how they've played. Some of those passages of play that we saw. Nemeth was close there to finding what would have been a really good team goal.
Great cut off there by Gonzalez. Rosado keeps that in play.
DeVito on the ball, wins it right out of the air.
Rosado
turns it. Newton with an opportunity to win this back. Keeper alert to it though.
Stockbridge going to keep the pressure going. She flicks
Rosado's
this
on
one.
side here. Oh, that's one you'd like to see kept on the ground, but she didn't have much time to think. She sort of just snatches at the ball on that chance. 2 good opportunities for Vineland to find a goal there. Just still go searching. DeVito finds Rosado with that. Rosado's going to keep it in. Just was cut off from continuing that run by the defender. Hoadley's going to try and get some work done in this corner, and I have to say she's getting 2 hands to the back there. The referee agrees. Thank you, sir. Stockbridge going to ask for her 10 yards. A little bit of gamesmanship there, you know. Just letting the defense get sorted. See, that's sort of a veteran type of play there. Stockbridge looking for Rosado. Keeper cuts it out though. Newton finds herself in space.
Throw in for the Fighting Clan.
Cleared away. That was Katie Greer. She's been in the action a lot today. Called upon a lot on this defensive side. She's passed the test quite a few times.
Got a substitution here for Middle Township.
Stockbridge cuts that pass out. Newton, Hoadley's gonna get onto this if she can just get to it. Defender just had a good angle on it. Zotter puts it her in a corner there though. It's a tough position to play out of for Middle Township. You have a throw deep in your own half. No option really looks good. Like a sketchy lunch buffet.
Good step by Newton.
Steps on the ball, loses possession. Cuccinello with an opportunity, weaving through the defense. And Nemeth fighting for the ball, and she gets it back. Newton was again lurking in the area, but as we said a few times today, Middle Township's goalkeeper, alert, coming out to claim, decisive. Does feel like that goal that Middle Township got before the half really was the difference today. We were worried about that going into the break. Might kill off some momentum. Certainly felt that way. Vineland second half performance not quite at the level of the first half. I don't want to be a stickler for the rules, but that was another foul throw. If we're again, if we're if we're gonna be calling it, you know, let's call it.
Good
Goalie,
step too.
great run, just couldn't keep it in play. Liked what we've seen from her today, though, with that energy. It's good to have a willing runner in the team.
That is going to be it for this one. Vineland falls 5-1 here to Middle Township today, and for most of this game, the Fighting Clan did look like the better team. Just some unfortunate bounces go Middle Township's way. They're able to capitalize on them and come away with a big 4-goal differential win. Tough to say, you know, how things would have played out. You know, that felt like a big momentum change was that offsides call towards the end of the first half, but all in all, you know, valiant effort from the Fighting Clan once again, just wasn't their day.
No, and I think that's the frustrating thing about today is, like you said, that first half especially, I think to be going in 2-1 down was pretty unkind to them and the performance that they put in. I feel like they created good opportunities, just really lost control of the game though, about 10 minutes into the second half, and especially the individual quality of Scrignoli on Middle Township shown through a lot. She just found her way into a lot of space, clinical finishing at times, and I think for Vineland that's a very frustrating game because for very large portions of it you were the better team, holding possession, creating chances, opportunities. So frustrating to walk away with a loss today in a game that really felt like it got away from you.
So an 0-3 week for the Fighting Clan, but overall, you know, you saw progress, you saw good, you know, glimpses for this team, and hopefully they learn from a challenging week like this and are able to, you know, get back on track in their next match, which I believe is on Monday. So should be on the call for that one as well. Big thank you to Doug Diola and our entire production team for producing today's broadcast. Be sure to subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any broadcasts throughout the 2023-2024 school year and beyond. For Matt Castorina, I'm Kyle Bennett. Final score 5-1. Middle Township wins this one here at Vineland High School. Everybody have a safe and enjoyable weekend, and we'll see you for the next one.